No, I haven't. I'm an only child. Has she got a cat? Yes, she has. We use have got to talk about things we own. For example, she's got a lot of jewellery. Has she got a cat? We use have got to talk about how people look. For example, we look very similar. We've both got brown eyes and black hair. Wow, you do look very similar. The only difference is that he hasn't got a beard. We use have got to talk about people in our families. For example, have you got any brothers or sisters? I've got an older sister called Caroline. She's married and she's got 2 children. Grandma on the move.
So that's the information about have got. I suppose you have seen this verb before. It's more informal than only have or have. And the difference is that when you use have, you use do or that. In this case, you use have or has auxiliary for the negative form and the question. Okay, so this is what you have to do, but not now. Oh, somebody's talking. Well, you have to do this after the class. Okay, I prepare a lot of practice for you, but well, first of all, this is page 10 in the book. If you can do the exercise here, it's okay, but ensure that all of you practice this. This is in Canva, okay? So if you go to Canva in practice quizzes, sorry, here we are. This is vocabulary and grammar of page 10. So what you have to do is enter here and the information about the family, vocabulary, and well,
¿Qué amor, me estás hablando?
okay.
Ya, si está, sigue una vez. Está normal, chica.
Somebody,
No, pues si está por mí normal de una vez porque tengo hambre, yo.
okay. So now, what you have to do is this. Read the information and write here the word that corresponds. Grandmother, mother, son, cousin, daughter, etc. Here you have these words, okay? And then you have to use the words to complete this sentence. Okay? Next thing is that you select the correct option. This is the grammar, no? Have got. Now, questions 1 and 2 are vocabulary. Questions 3 and 4 are grammar. Have got. In case you complete the questions with the correct form of have got. Okay? So this is about the practice of page 10 in the book. Okay, so now we're going to finish the vocabulary, the activity on page 15, right? So it is listening. Activity 5. Listen to Amy talking about her day and answer the question. What's her job? What's her sister's job? Where do they live? So first, about Amy. What what does she do? Is she an engineer? You can take notes with the answer of each question. Listen and take notes of the answer. Okay, so in a piece of paper or in your notebook, you can copy the question and then you listen and write the answer. Okay? Here we go.
10, Unit 1, page 15. Listening, exercise 5. Amy, what job do you do?
I'm a teacher.
Can you tell me about your day? What time do you get up?
I usually wake up at 7:15, but I don't get up. I always stay in bed until 7:30, and then I get up. Then I have breakfast with my sister, Olivia. She's a police officer, and we live together. Coffee for breakfast. We don't like tea. After breakfast, I have a shower and get dressed. Then I get my bag, put on my coat, and leave the house to go to work.
How do you get to work?
By bus. We live in a small village, and it's the quickest way to get into town.
How does Olivia get to work? Does she go by bus too?
No, she doesn't catch the bus. She goes by car.
Okay, listen again.
Track 10, Unit 1, page 15. Listening, exercise 5. So, Amy, what job do you do?
I'm a teacher.
Can you tell me about your day? What time do you get up?
I usually wake up at 7:15, but I don't get up. I always stay in bed until 7:30, and then I get up. Then I have breakfast with my sister, Olivia. She's a police officer, and we live together.
What do you have for breakfast?
I usually have toast, and Olivia has cereal. We both drink coffee for breakfast. We don't like tea. After breakfast, I have a shower and get dressed. Then I get my bag, put on my coat, and leave the house to go to work.
How do you get to work?
By bus. We live in a small village, and it's the quickest way to get into town.
How does Olivia get to work? Does she go by bus too?
No, she doesn't catch the bus. She goes by car.
All right. Now, please, we're going to check the answers. So, David, do you have the answer for question 1? David? Oh, David, please. Okay, one volunteer, please. What is the answer for question 1?
Hello, teacher.
Hi, welcome.
Well, uh, her job is she is a teacher.
Okay, but don't ask questions. I need affirmation. It's correct. Yes, she's a teacher. Okay, what about, thank you. What about her sister? Any other volunteers? Any other volunteer for sister? No? Hmm.
Me
Oh,
again.
okay, thank you.
Okay, what's her teacher's job? Uh, Her teacher's job is police officer.
Police officer, but it's her sister. Yeah,
Her sister. Ah,
yeah.
her sister.
It's a
Sí.
teacher's job. Is teacher.
Yes, yes. Sorry, sorry.
Where do they live? Anybody? Where do they live? Nothing. It's listen to the whole interview, and you have to decide if the statements are true or false. Okay. So if it's Amy wakes up at 7:30 or 7:30, she gets dressed after she has breakfast. Um, Amy usually goes to work by bus. She starts teaching at 8:45 or quarter to 9. Amy often has lunch with her friends from work. She gets home at 5:15 or quarter after 5. After dinner, she always watches TV. In a piece of paper or in your notebook, you can write 1, 2, until 7. And then you listen and mark T or F, not true or false. Okay, in this case, it's not necessary that you copy the statement. Just listen and write 1 T or F, 2 T,
Hola.
3 T or 4 F, etc. Okay, here we go.
Track 11, Unit 1, page 15. Listening exercise 6. So, Amy, what job do you do?
I'm a teacher.
Can you tell me about your day? What time do you get up?
I usually wake up at 7:15, but I don't get up. I always stay in bed until 7:30, and then I get up. Then I have breakfast with my sister, Olivia. She's a police officer, and we live together.
What do you have for breakfast?
I usually have toast, and Olivia has cereal. We both drink coffee for breakfast. We don't like tea. After breakfast, I have a shower and get dressed. Then I get my bag, put on my coat, and leave the house to go to work.
How do you get to work?
By bus. We live in a small village, and it's the quickest way to get into town.
How does Olivia get to work? Does she go by bus too?
No, she doesn't catch the bus. She goes by car.
So, Amy, can you tell me about your day at work?
I arrive at work at 9:15. Lessons start at 9 o'clock, and lunch is at 12:30.
Where do you have lunch? Do you have lunch at college?
No, I don't. I have lunch in a cafe. Sometimes, if it's a nice day, we buy sandwiches and go to the park.
Who do you have lunch with?
I often have lunch with some of the other teachers and colleagues, but I like having lunch alone sometimes. In the afternoon, Lessons finish at 3:30. I do some work and get the bus back. I usually get home at about 5:15.
What do you do when you get home?
I take off my work clothes and put on my jeans and go outside for some fresh air. I take my dog for a walk, and when we get home, I have dinner. Then I sometimes watch TV.
And when do you go to bed?
I usually go to bed at about 10:30.
Now listen again, please.
Track 11, Unit 1, page 15. Listening
Hay un libro ahí, el verde, que está acá encima, acá en un cajoncito. Tráemelo, please, con un lapicero.
Amy, what job do you do?
I'm a teacher.
Can you tell me about your day? What time do you get up?
I usually wake up at 7:15, but I don't get up. I always stay in bed until 7:30, and then I get up. Then I have breakfast with my sister, Olivia. She's a police officer, and we live together.
What do you have for breakfast?
I usually have toast, and Olivia has cereal. We both drink coffee for breakfast. We don't like tea. After breakfast, I have a shower and get dressed. Then I get my bag, put on my coat, and leave the house to go to work.
How do you get to work?
By bus. We live in a small village, and it's the quickest way to get into town.
How does Olivia get to work? Does she go by bus too?
No, she doesn't catch the bus. She goes by car.
So, Amy, can you tell me about your day at work?
I arrive at work at 9:15. Lessons start at 9 o'clock, and lunch is at 12:30.
Where do you have lunch? Do you have lunch at college?
No, I don't. I have lunch in a cafe. Sometimes, if it's a nice day, we buy sandwiches and go to the park.
Who do you have lunch with?
I often have lunch with some of the other teachers in college, but I like having lunch alone sometimes. In the afternoon, lessons finish at 3:30. I do some work and get the bus back. I usually get home at about 5:15.
What do you do when you get home?
I take off my work clothes and put on my jeans and go outside for some fresh air. I take my dog for a walk, and when we get home, I have dinner. Then I sometimes watch TV.
And when do you go to bed?
I usually go to bed at about 10:30.
Okay. Please, now you can write in the chat the answer, the number, and T or F, please. Okay. In the chat, you can write the answers. Number 1, T or F, number 6, T, number 5, F, etc. Okay, so write the number like this and put true or false. Please use the chat for this, for checking the answer. Okay, 4, 5, 6, or 7.
False.
Please participate. This is practice for you. 2 is false. Actually, it's true because she mentioned she has breakfast and then she has a shower and then she gets dressed. Oh wow! She doesn't choose everything and another person yes. Okay. Number 3 is true. Yes. Number 4 is false. Excellent. 5 is true. Yes. 6 is also true. And the last one, 7, is false. No, because she says that she has dinner and then she watches television. Let's listen to that.
Lessons finish at 3:30. 4. And when we get home, I have dinner. Then I sometimes watch TV.
Says that. Now, sometimes she watches TV. Okay, good.
Teacher, but I have
Yeah.
a question.
Uh-huh.
She says sometimes watch TV, but
Yes, you're right.
the information this says always watch TV.
Oh, you're correct. Yes, sorry. Number 7 is false because she doesn't always watch TV. Good. To finish this, please complete these sentences with the verbs in the box from Amy's interview, no? And use the correct form of the word, of the verb. Okay? So you have 5 minutes to do this, or 3. In the meantime, I call your name and you tell me, or you say present if you are here, okay? Ricardo, 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 are you here? No, Ricardo. Leonardo, Leonardo, no, Leonardo. Mhm. Karina, Karina, Christopher, Christopher, oh, Edwin, please, I need that you answer. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Uh, Christopher is here, but activate the microphone. Okay.
Teacher, please, I see a gray picture. Can you move?
Yes, sorry, it's just annotation tool, sorry. Mistake. Okay, to activate your microphone, you have a symbol of microphone. Oh, well. Okay. Well, if you cannot use your microphone, please use the chat. Okay? And you can write press. So, Ricardo, are you here, Ricardo?
Hello, hello.
Leonardo. Leonardo.
No, hijito, no.
Okay. Karina. Karina. Well, Christopher is present. Yes, yes, Christopher is here. Next is, I'm going to check all this about the microphones for the next session. So everything will be okay. Edwin. Edwin's present, yes. Thank you, Edwin. Willie.
Present. Good morning, teacher.
Good morning, welcome. Francisco.
Good morning, teacher.
Good morning. Okay. Next is Gilberto. Yes, Gilberto. Not yet. Carlos. Carlos, are you here? Okay. David. David. David, are you here? Yes, David.
Present.
Ah, te oye muy bajo, sorry. José.
Present.
Okay. Elmer.
Good morning, teacher. I'm present.
Silvia. Silvia is present. Yes, thank you. Miguel Ángel Chávez. Miguel.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Juan José.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Rocío.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Manuel.
Present, teacher.
Thank you. Okay. Carlos. Are you here? No. Gilberto. Nothing. Karina. Silvia. Oh, Leonardo, sorry, Leonardo. Ricardo. Okay. Okay, do you have problems with the microphone?
Teacher, do you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, I have a problem for microphone, but I need enter to class 3 times.
Oh, wow.
Now it's perfect, but before was a problem.
That's a strange thing. I'm thinking when you enter to the class, there is an option to use the computers or the microphone of the equipment you have. Maybe you forgot to click on that. But well, now it's okay. That's excellent. All right. Now, let's see the answers. Okay. So one volunteer for any number. Any volunteer?
Me, teacher. Jose.
Okay, thank you. Please,
Okay.
number.
Number one.
Number one. Okay, read.
Yes. My brother have a lot of clothes and they take a long time to get dressed in the morning.
Okay, thank you. Other number.
Two, David.
Three. Okay.
Please take off your shoes when you come inside.
Okay, good. Another one.
Miguel, before you
Very low.
okay, before you get on the bus, ask the driver if it up stop at the correct bus stop.
Okay, nice. Thank you. Who wants to continue?
Elmer, here.
Okay, please. Thank you.
Sometimes I get up during the night and I can't go back to sleep again.
Good. Thank you. Another one. Please. Sofía, Manuel.
Teacher, you hear me?
Yes. Very clear.
Teacher, Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, number 5. The teacher told us to put on our sports clothes and go to the gym.
Good. And obviously, thank you. The last one is wake up. Okay.
Teacher, I have a question.
Yes, tell me.
The difference with get up and wake up. No, in the number 4 says sometimes I
Get up.
think it's wake up. Get up en español no es levantarse de la cama.
Yes, correct.
In number 6 was get up because in Finnish says we can stay in the bed.
Yes. It's more logical, no? So if you wake up, you can sleep again. And in this case, you don't need to stand up. You can stay in bed. Correct. So this is very important, right? Sometimes we have two options or maybe three that are similar, but some details help us to decide the correct option. In this case, it's back to sleep again or go back to sleep again. The logical thing is to wake up. And here, stay in bed indicates that get up is the best option. Yes. Sometimes when you have these completion exercises, you need to pay attention to the details. These details help you a lot. So thank you for noticing. Now, you have before and after. No? These two words connect action. And for example, I do my homework after school. So first I go to school and then I do my homework. I put on my shoes before I go to work. So first I put on my shoes and then go to work. What is that? That one action is previous to another action. So in this case, before indicates that an action is earlier than the time or event we are mentioning. So Anna will try to Europe before she finishes college. First, she will travel, and then she finishes college. And late after means later than the time or event. Anna will finish college after she goes to Europe. So in this case, the same action. Travel to Europe and finish college. But notice the order of events. When you use before, the first event is at the beginning. When you use after, the first event is second. No? And the first action or the second action, when you use before, is here at the end. When you employ after, the second action is at the beginning. So be careful with this, okay? But the idea is that you indicate the order of events. Correct? That's the use of after and or. Now we're going to review present simple. If you are kids at school, they always teach you this. You know, the first thing is the verb to be. And that's also simple present. You know? Is and are is the verb to be in simple present. What is the difference with the other verbs? That in the other verbs, you have auxiliaries for negative sentences and for questions. When you use the verb to be, you don't need any extra word. You use just the verb to be. I am from France. Negative, I am not from France. And in question, am I from France? So you just need the verb to be. With the rest of verbs, you need two auxiliaries. Don't for negative, doesn't for negative, or CCE. Yes? And for questions, we also use that. This is the idea here, the uses of present simple, things that happen regularly, and also to talk about things that are always true. Okay? Always true. They are always true. So let's review the theory with this video.
Grammar on the move. Present simple. Listen to some people talking about what they do and don't do.
I'm a student, so I go to college every day. Some of my lectures start at 9 a.m., so I get up at 7 a.m. I live quite far from the college, so I have lunch on the campus. After my lectures, I work in the library or go to the gym.
My sister is a doctor, and she works in a local surgery. The surgery opens at 7 a.m., so she gets up early most mornings. She sees patients in the morning and afternoon. She doesn't work in the evenings. Mark, what is your job?
I'm a fitness instructor. I work at a gym in the city centre.
What time do you start work?
I start work at 8 a.m. I take the train to work every morning.
Do you work at the weekend?
Yes, I do. The gym is open every day, so I sometimes work at the weekend.
We use the present simple tense to talk about things that happen regularly. For example, I go to college every day. Some of my lectures start at 9 a.m., so I get up at 7 a.m. She doesn't work in the evening. We also use present simple to talk about things that are always true, or current facts. For example, I'm a student. I live quite far from the college. works in a local surgery. The surgery opens at 7 a.m. The gym is open every day. Positive and negative sentences in the present simple are formed as follows. Notice that it is different if the subject is he, she, or it. Questions in the present simple are formed like this. For example, what time do you start work? Does she work at the weekend? We can give short answers to questions in the present simple as follows. For example, do you work at the weekend? Yes, I do. Grandma on the move.
Okay, for questions, sometimes there is a confusion. They have short answers. We have two kinds of questions. Yes, no questions. The difference is when when you ask a yes no question, you just want a yes or no as an answer. Do you like television? Yes or no. And in this case, if you start with do, answer with do or don't. If you ask with does, the answer is yes she does or no she doesn't. Okay? In the other questions, they are WH questions. In that case, you use where, when, what, etc. The question words. Okay? And for practicing this, you are going to go to Canvas again. Okay? So here we have, oh sorry, here you have these practices, these activities to practice. Okay? So if you have the book, you can also reinforce that theory on page 198. You have the structure of positive and negative sentences, yes, no question, with short answers. Okay? And for practicing this, you go to Canvas also for quizzes. Okay? And in quizzes, you will find the practice for this grammatical point. Yep. Here you have practice of simple present. So you enter here, and what you have to do is, the first question is use this verb to complete the sentences using the correct form, for he, she, it, or for other subjects. The second, you have these sentences finished, and you have to write a negative sentence here. So you have Paul, I, my brother, my friends, and Hannah. So this is affirmative, and these are negative. For the negative sentences, you write here, no? One, and the negative sentence, Paul, blah, blah, blah. I, etc. Okay? The third part is that you underline the mistake. Well, in this case, it's not necessary to underline, but you have to correct the mistake. So write the sentences with the correction. Okay? Write the sentences correctly. And when you finish, you submit. Okay? And then I check. This weekend, I'm going to review all the tasks here. Okay? So you have time to do it. Yes? That's what you have to do to practice this simple present. Okay, so you go to Canvas to pieces. You have two things, no? The quiz for exercises on page 10. You have the homework, the reading, practice of lesson simple, vocabulary and grammar on page 18. Okay, so in this case, we're going to practice in the book with one exercise, one activity. Okay. Sorry, not this, but this. Exercise number 7. We're going to practice the question form. All right. In this case, we have WH questions or questions with question words. This is the other kind of question. So, complete the rules. What time did you get up? How does Olivia go to work? Where do you have lunch? And the answer is, I get up at 7:30. She goes by car. I have lunch in a cafe. So what is the first word here? What do you think? Miguel Ángel, sorry. What do you think, Miguel Ángel? What word goes there? Yes. Miguel Ángel? What word goes here?
Do and does.
Okay. Christopher is writing, yes. Okay. That. And what words can we use here? Okay, thank you, everyone. Thank you, Chris. What words can I use here? We use question words such as who, where, when, why. Two more words. How many? Okay, possible. But what are the most common? WH. We have 6 common.
What?
WH. What?
And how?
How. So these are the 6 more common questions, most common words, WH words. But also we have combinations of how many, how much, which, whose also for possession. Yeah. Okay. What is the combination, please? Question and answer. Elmer, please. Elmer.
Yes?
Choose a question, number 1, 2, or 6.
Is there
What question?
W questions?
Okay, choose one question, please.
Yeah, 6.
6, okay. Why do you go for a walk after dinner? What is the answer?
What do you walk? Yeah.
What is the answer? I'm a teacher because I am there, etc.
Late, just before midnight.
What? Late?
Late?
Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Another one.
Okay, number one.
Okay,
What do you
number
do?
one, please.
I'm a teacher.
I'm a teacher. Thank you. Any other?
Where do your friends work? In the city center.
Thank you. Another one.
Number 3, teacher.
Okay.
How does your sister get to school? She walks or catches the bus.
Okay. Number 4, anybody? Or 5?
Or
4, okay.
who do you have lunch with it with my college in the cafe?
Cafe.
Cafe.
Good. And number 5? Well, this is the only option. So let's see. Oh, when does your brother finish work? It's late, just before midnight. And the other, why do you go for a walk after dinner? Because it helps me to sleep. Good. Okay, that time is almost over. So do this at home, okay? At home, please. You can read the answer. These are the answers. The homework is to complete the question. What is the question? You have the WH word, that's the what, where. So what is here? How do you complete the question? Read the answer. Please. Read the answer and write the question. On Monday we will check it. ¿Okay? Y bueno, voy a buscar una forma de... Bueno, estoy viendo que mejor les doy teoría y les mando material para que lo revisen previo a la clase y en la clase ya desarrollamos más práctica que otra cosa. ¿Ok? Así podemos maximizar el tiempo. Porque ahora tengo, no solo son las unidades 1, 2 y 3, también tengo los starter units, porque estamos comenzando el libro. Entonces, poco a poco vamos a desarrollar todo esto. ¿Ok? So thank you for coming.
Okay.
And I see you on Monday. Have a nice weekend, please. Okay? Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Bye,
teacher.
teacher. Bye.
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 Bye, teacher.